Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you're going to watch this video. Okay. In continuation to the lessons that we have done before, this is day 38's lesson, and this is the first part of this chapter. Okay, so I have written part 1. The chapter is on remainder and factor theorem. This is chapter number 9. First we are going to see only about remainder theorem. Okay. We will come to factor theorem later. First is remainder theorem. I have just shown you a simple division here, okay, with numbers. I am dividing 25 by 3, that is 8 times 3 is 24, and then if you subtract you get a remainder which is 1. Okay. So I have circled this is your remainder. Okay. Now this is normal division, okay, of simple numbers, but in this chapter you are going to see division of polynomials with another polynomial. Okay. The other polynomial could be a binomial, a trinomial, depending on what the polynomial is. Okay. So we are going to actually see the division that we are going to do using polynomials. Okay. And here the question is, find the remainder when the polynomial given is x cubed plus 4x squared minus 6x plus 17 is divided by x minus 2. I said this is the polynomial. It has 4 terms. The highest power of x is 3. Okay. So this polynomial has to be divided by a binomial here. There are only 2 terms here. Okay. So we are going to divide this using the normal division method. Okay. I'll show you the normal division method, and also I'll show you how to divide this and find the remainder using remainder theorem. Okay. The normal division method is, this is the polynomial that you're going to divide. So I've written the polynomial here, and you're going to divide by x minus 2, that's here. Okay. Now to divide. When you divide, consider the first term here, there is x cubed. Okay. And the first term here is x. So you're going to get the first term in your quotient. All these are not there. I'm going to put now. Okay. So x cubed is what you have to get, and x is there. Multiply x with something to give you the x cubed. Okay. So x into x squared will give you the x cubed. So x squared has to be multiplied with x, that gives you the x cubed, and there is also one more term, minus 2. So multiply x squared with minus 2, you get minus 2x squared. Okay. These are the 2 terms that you get by multiplying only the x squared, only the x squared with x and minus 2. These are the 2 terms that you get. Okay. Now we are going to subtract these 2. So when you subtract, you are going to change the signs of both these terms. So this becomes minus, and this was minus. I cancel that and I put a plus. Okay. Now add both of them. X cubed minus x cubed gets cancelled. Then plus 4x squared plus 2x squared gives you 6x squared. And then bring the other 2 terms down. That's minus 6x and plus 17 comes down. Okay. Now the next step of the division is this. We have finished. So to get the second term, the first term here is 6x squared, and the first term here is x. X has to be multiplied with something to get the 6x squared. Okay. So x into plus 6x will give you the 6x squared. Okay. So this is the second term that you get in your quotient. So 6x has to be multiplied with both, that is 6x with x is 6x squared, and 6x with minus 2 is minus 12x. Okay. Now you have to subtract these 2. When you subtract again, you will change signs of this second one. So this becomes minus, and this minus I have cancelled and I put a plus. So 6x squared minus 6x squared gets cancelled. Then minus 6x plus 12x gives you 6x. And the next term comes down, plus 17. Okay. Now the third step is, again compare this with this. The first term here is 6x and the first term here is x. You're going to get the third term in your quotient. So x into what will give you the 6x? That will be plus 6. Now multiply this third term with x. So that's plus 6 into x is 6x, and plus 6 into minus 2 is minus 12. Okay. Now to subtract them, the sign of this becomes minus, this minus I have cancelled becomes plus. The 6x and minus 6x gets cancelled. 17 plus 12 gives you a 29. This is your remainder. Okay. This is the remainder that you get, and we are actually going to find the remainder when you divide this polynomial by x minus 2. Okay. So the remainder is 29 by the normal division method. Okay. Now the same division I am going to show you using remainder theorem. Okay. So it's the same question. We are going to divide. Go back to that. Okay. The same question. Find the remainder when this polynomial is divided by x minus 2, but by using remainder theorem. Okay. So to check that one, okay, we are going to use now remainder theorem. Now what we do is, again I'll go back. We are going to divide by what? We are going to divide by x minus 2. Okay. And this is the polynomial that you are going to divide. We are going to divide by x minus 2. Now what I am going to do in remainder theorem is, I am going to assume that this x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So look at this. So let x minus 2 be equal to 0. And then shift this minus 2 to the other side, you get x is equal to 2. So you got a value of x. X value is 2 here. Okay. And the polynomial that you are going to divide is, this is the polynomial. Okay. X cubed plus 4x squared minus 6x plus 17. Now I have written this as p of x, means a polynomial. P stands for polynomial in terms of x. You can see it's a polynomial in terms of the unknown variable x. So that's why p of x is the polynomial. Okay, that's written. Now you know that x value is 2. So put this value of x is equal to 2 in this polynomial. So this changes. P of x value is 2. Okay, because x is 2. X value is 2 is equal to. So wherever x comes, you put the value is 2. So x cube becomes 2 cube plus 4 into x is 2 squared minus 6 into x is 2 plus 17. Okay. So this is p of 2. When you are finding the value, okay, this polynomial of 2 can also be written as the remainder. Okay. Instead of writing p of 2, you can write remainder. Okay. So the remainder is 2 cubed is 8, 2 squared is 4, 4 into 4 is 16, and then minus 6 into 2 is 12 plus 17. So you got only numbers which has to be simplified. Okay. So instead of remainder, I have just written r. R is equal to, if you simplify this, that is 8 plus 16 is 24, or you can subtract 16 minus 12 is 4, 8 plus this is 4, that will give you 12, 12 plus 17 gives you 29, which was the same remainder that you got in the previous division method. Okay. But this is by using remainder theorem. Okay. Now when you are using the remainder theorem, you actually don't get the quotient, you get only the remainder. Okay. So this is an example from the exercise 9a, question number 1, subdivision 6. The question is, find the remainder in the following cases using remainder theorem. You are not going to use the actual division method, you are going to use remainder theorem to find the remainder. When you divide 2x cubed minus x squared minus 3x minus 1 by 2x plus 1. And this is the polynomial you are going to divide, and you are going to divide by 2x plus 1. So whatever you are going to divide by, assume that to be equal to 0. So let this one be equal to 0. That is 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Shift the 1 that side, 2x is equal to minus 1, and take the 2 that side, x is equal to minus 1 divided by 2. So you got the value of x. X is minus 1 by 2. Okay. And the polynomial is 2x cubed minus x squared minus 3x minus 1. Okay. So p of x represents polynomial in terms of x is equal to 2x cubed minus x squared minus 3x minus 1. Okay. Now substitute the value of x. You get p of x values minus 1 by 2 is equal to 2 times x values minus 1 by 2 and there is a whole cube minus. Again x is minus 1 by 2 and there is a square minus 3 multiplied with x values minus 1 by 2 minus 1. Okay. First cube this, square it and then simplify. Okay. So as I said, when you put the value of x, whatever you get here is the remainder. I have written in short, that is r is equal to 2. If you cube this, minus 1 if you cube, you will get minus 1. 2 if you cube, you will get 8 minus. By squaring this, minus 1 if you square, you will get 1. 2 if you square, you will get 4. Now to multiply this, minus into minus gives you plus. 3 into 1, 3 divided by 2. Minus 1. Okay. Then the remainder is, you can cancel this. 2 and 8 can be cancelled 4 times. So this gives you minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 plus 3 by 2 minus 1. Okay. Now, so the remainder is, after simplification, minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4, plus 3 by 2, minus 1. Okay. Now to simplify this, find LCM of this. So r is equal to, the remainder is equal to, LCM is 4, this remains same, minus 1, this remains same, minus 1, this has to be multiplied with 2, that gives you 6 here, and this has to be multiplied with 4, that gives you minus 4. Okay. If you see this, this is minus 1, which is minus 2, minus 2, minus 4 is minus 6, minus 6 plus 6 is 0. 0 divided by 4 is the remainder. That is 0 by 4, which gives you a 0. Okay. Till here, finding remainder is called remainder theorem. Okay. So I have written this here. See this? From here, whatever we have done, okay, till here, finding the remainder is called remainder theorem. Right?